Coming up in Our News Weekend, 84 new coronavirus cases, the latest from the Ministry of Health. A scary moment for American Airlines passengers into Freeport this morning as the plane slides off the runway. Plus, some ELEUTHERA residents upset over a lack of running water.
Our News is brought to you by Alive.
Welcome to Our News, the Weekend Edition. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kyle WALKINE. Top of news tonight, the Ministry of Health has confirmed an additional 84 new coronavirus cases, pushing the total to 6,352. 63 of those new cases were people on New Providence, 14 on Grand Bahama, 5 on ELEUTHERA, and 2 on Abaco. 2,313 cases are considered active, with 115 people in hospital. Of that hospitalized number, 107 are moderately ill, with 8 in intensive care. 132 people have died from the virus, while 14 deaths remain under investigation. 3,867 people have recovered. To date, over 33,000 tests have been completed. Well, as weekend lockdowns and a 7 p.m. curfew continue as a measure to help curb the spread of the virus in New Providence, police remain on watch on the streets. Days after the Prime Minister tabled a resolution to extend the state of emergency to November 30th, Police Commissioner Paul Roll says police are up to the task to continue whatever is required of them through the extension.
Whatever the mandate requires of us, we are prepared to do. Of course, we are in a state of emergency, and so we're the normal operation that we would have done under the normal circumstances simply changed, because you cannot do much of what we used to do, so those resources now are shifted to manage the emergency orders.
Despite repeated warnings, Roll says there remain some business owners who remain hell-bent on disobeying the orders, particularly when it comes to gathering.
Members of the public have been calling the hotline, and we have been responding and taking actions where we find persons in breach. Particularly, you should have seen something in your news this morning that I sent out, where we went to a location, I believe, on Mount Royal Avenue. And not only did we ticket the owner, but we also issued citations for the patrons that were in that place illegally.
A scary moment for passengers on an American Airlines flight from Miami this morning after the plane slid off the runway upon landing at Grand Bahama International Airport. Superintendent Teresita Pinder of Grand Bahama Police says all 28 people on board are accounted for and no one was injured. According to the Air Accident Investigation Department, reports thus far indicate that there was a landing gear malfunction that led to a runway excursion taking place. A team from AAID and the Bahamas Civil Aviation Authority will be dispatched to investigate.
As we landed, I guess the plane more or less lost control. We're not sure if the landing gear didn't come out or what happened, but we know that we took an extreme sharp turn to the left. So I mean, that's just more or less, I guess, what it was at this point. We were landing and lost control.
In other news, the unemployment benefit could again see a decrease if things don't pick up, according to Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance Peter TURNQUEST. Berthier McDermott has more.
According to Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance Peter TURNQUEST, government will not be decreasing the weekly unemployment benefit to $75, but said it hasn't been ruled out. In its summary report, the Economic Recovery Committee recommended that government extend unemployment benefit payments subject to available fiscal resources.
Certainly, we have no intention to take it down to $75 at the moment. However, again, we all have to recognize the financial situation that we're in. We've just completed a bond issuance, and I can tell you that those funds are already allocated in our budget to meet ongoing commitments.
The unemployment benefit was recently decreased to $100. In March, weekly payments were $200 but decreased to $150 on July 1st and to $100 on October 16th. The payments, which are issued through the National Insurance Board, are for individuals impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. According to the Finance Minister, the situation will be reevaluated in the new year.
At this point, as I said, we do not anticipate any reduction, but as we get to January, Obviously, if things have not turned around, then we're going to have to make some further significant decisions. As I've said from July when we presented the budget, if things do not turn around for us in a reasonable period, then there's going to have to be some really, really difficult discussions that we're going to have.
TURNQUEST added that government is doing the best it can to help as many people as possible. He said government is behind in its budget projections. However, he noted that additional borrowing is out of the question.
What we cannot do is to go out to engage in any further borrowing. That would not be acceptable because we would be setting ourselves up not only for a short-term problem, but for a long-term problem.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
Well, some Eleuthera residents are furious as they say they've been without water for nearly a week. They say it's unacceptable that during a pandemic, the water would be off for so long. Jillian Gray has more.
Eleuthera residents have been without water for weeks. They say it's not just an inconvenience, but also poses a health risk.
And it's really been challenging, but especially dealing with COVID and with protocols, encouraging people to, wash hands and sanitize. And so that's really been difficult. I mean, even just for normal stuff, personal use, hygiene use. So it's really been challenging here on the island. A lot of people are complaining, but we're not getting any answers.
Residents took to social media to slam the Water and Sewage Corporation. This resident said the people of Eleuthera need their water turned on. In a post-pandemic world, it's even more critical to have clean, potable water. Another said this is unhealthy, unhygienic, and horrible. We're going backwards. Local business owner Jamie Isaac said they've been without water for 4 days. Isaac has had to resort to nature for his water supply.
But what I've been able to do is just catch rainwater from using containers and stuff. That's what's been keeping me so far.
With about 7 settlements affected, PLP Senator and Eleuthera native Clay Sweeting said a significant amount of people are without water. He calls it deplorable as water is essential for life.
People are having to purchase water by way of water truck just to get a little bit of water. So it's in any event, it's a serious situation, and now along with the health risk of COVID-19, it even makes it more profound.
Around 2 p.m. Friday, the Water and Sewage Corporation posted on its Facebook page and said its system was operating at full capacity, though some customers would continue to experience periods of low pressure or no water over the next 24 hours. Central and South Eleuthera MP Hank Johnson confirmed that teams were on the ground working and said he expects the problem to be fixed within hours. Reporting for Our News, I'm Jillian Gray.
As the government gets closer to the November 1st date when the mandatory 14-day quarantine will be discontinued for international travel and replaced with more COVID-19 testing, a decision has still not been made regarding domestic travel. Currently, one must quarantine in place for 14 days if traveling from New Providence to another family island. Tourism Minister Dionisio was asked, what will the plan look like for those interested in traveling from island to island?
Based on the level of community spread that we're experiencing in New Providence, naturally, we're a little hesitant to sort of open the floodgates and allow Nasuvians to flood into the other islands, given the rate of growth in COVID-19 cases here in New Providence. And so the government is trying to navigate a process by which we replace quarantining with a series of testing there. But we'll have to gear up for that.
COVID-19 numbers skyrocketed when the country's borders reopened in July. But while cases have slowed down on islands like Grand Bahama, health officials are still very concerned about New Providence, Abaco, and the Berry Islands, among others. The tourism minister says for now, the best way forward for domestic travel has still not been decided.
Meeting with our health officials now to determine what's the best policy on how to roll that out and how to allow for that the quarantining in that particular sector to fall away. Ministry of Tourism has been really focused on the international travelers to see if there's any to get that sector going again. They bring in the foreign exchange. The large hotels create significant employment, but that's not to belittle domestic tourism as well. And people need to travel to the islands to see family and the like. And so the government is moving actively to try to come up with a solution.
Immigration Minister Ellsworth Johnson says he believes employers of illegal immigrants should be forced to pay the cost to repatriate their workers.
We find that these persons had employers, let's get them to pay to send the people back. But we've been signing deportation orders and we've been sending persons out.
Johnson made the point as he said the fact of the matter is the government continues to shoulder the hefty cost of sending illegal migrants back home. This week, Director of Immigration Clarence Russell revealed that more than 800 people have been deported from the Bahamas so far this year.
I can tell you that it's too much.
Still to come, a local children's home sees a noticeable decrease in donations amid the pandemic. Plus, a local restaurant honoring those with polio. Stay tuned.
This is a huge deal. NFL Sunday Ticket is back, only with Rev Trio. All day football, all day Sunday. Enjoy all the benefits of Trio with a huge extra. Never miss a game with NFL Sunday Ticket, included in your Rev Trio bundle. All you have to do is opt in. TV, phone, and internet starting at just $99. Call 601-8992 to sign up now. Visit www.rev.bs/promotions for details.
As companies all over continue to feel the economic pinch brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic, it's being felt by those used to receiving charitable donations as well. The Ranfurly Home for Children, which houses 29 teens, has seen a noticeable decrease in donations, according to Administrator Alexander Roberts, who says they are grateful for those who still reach out to give.
We have some caring people in the community and abroad who have answered the call, really. While donations are not what they used to be, we are still grateful, and it's at a significant level. We are happy and thankful that we have not been abandoned. It's hard for everybody all over the world, but still we manage. I think the society understands that the work that we do is worthwhile, and we're really caring for the next generation.
BAMSI made a donation of locally grown fruits and veggies to the home on Thursday. Robert says the Ranfurly home has been doing what it must to remain COVID-free, as they've had no cases there.
We're very strict with, comings and goings. Normally we would, at a time like this, we would take you on a tour. But, prudence requires us to just assemble out here and be masked up.
Robert said, to be honest, one of the toughest parts has been keeping the children occupied.
Activities have scaled back because we can't go out, and the children are here schooling online, so some expenses are no longer relevant, so to speak. So we have adjusted.
The Rotary Club of New Providence is partnering with Salad Masters in the fight against polio. World Polio Day is being celebrated today, October 24th through Monday, October 26th. For every meal over $10, a donation will go to the Rotary Club to assist in the fight. Rotary Club past president Valentino Hamilton said Rotary has been a part of the fight for some 30 years.
The fight against polio has been one of the main fights that Rotary Foundation has led for the past 35 years, but we're also at a venue where you can eat healthy. And so that touches also another avenue of focus of Rotary, which is disease prevention and treatment. And of course, in our district, over the last few years, we've been promoting eating healthy and the fight against childhood obesity and to prevent non-communicable diseases.
Salad Masters marketing manager Shakira McDonald said as healthy lifestyles is a part of the core mission, they found it necessary to assist in this fight.
Because healthy living and healthy eating is very important for us here at Salad Masters, we definitely thought it was necessary to partner with them to bring healthy eating awareness to the Bahamian public, as well as support a worthy initiative.
When our news comes back from the break, new technology looking to connect patients with their healthcare professionals. Stay tuned.
This is a huge deal. NFL Sunday Ticket is back, only with Rev Trio. all day football, all day Sunday. Enjoy all the benefits of Trio with a huge extra. Never miss a game with NFL Sunday Ticket included in your Rev Trio bundle. All you have to do is opt in. TV, phone, and internet starting at just $99. Call 601-8992 to sign up now. Visit www.rev.bs/promotions for details.
You're watching Our News. Welcome back. A local company is looking to connect patients with healthcare professionals through technology. With COVID-19 changing the way some medical professionals see their patients, AVERY LIGHTBOURNE of TELECARE Bahamas says his company has found a way to help make that a bit easier.
Basically what it does, it gives you readings of your vitals, real-time readings of your vitals on a daily, monthly, whatever basis you put it on, set up your schedule on, and you can have a clear reading of your vitals when they go up, when they go down. It sends alerts. If your doctor embraces the technology, they could have a video, audio consultation with you.
TeleCare got started back in March, around the same time the Bahamas recorded its first coronavirus case. LIGHTBOURNE says with many patients afraid to go into the hospital or doctor's office, the package helps ease the headache.
The doctors can just scroll down at each of their patients, and they can look at their patients' vitals, how they are performing, whether they're on medication, if they're a transitional care patient, meaning they're a pregnant mother, and either they just had their baby or they're still pregnant and you want to monitor their vitals during pregnancy. As you can see, it gives information of the oxygen, the date, the time the oxygen was taken. If they happen to be critical, it will light up in red. So all of these red dates that you see here, meaning on that date there was a vital alert.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force gets a top international honor. Find out more after the break.
This is a huge deal. NFL Sunday Ticket is back, only with Rev Trio. All day football, all day Sunday. Enjoy all the benefits of Trio with a huge extra. Never miss a game with NFL Sunday Ticket included in your Rev Trio bundle. All you have to do is opt in. TV, phone, and internet starting at just $99. Call 601-8992 to sign up now. Visit www.rev.bs/promotions for details.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force receiving international recognition for its work within local communities through the Neighborhood Watch Council. The International Association for Chief of Police ranking the RBPF at the top within the region for community policing, an accomplishment Police Commissioner Paul Roll says makes him very proud of his officers.
As you know, we have to date, it's about 139 National Neighborhood Watch throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and we are reaping dividends. The international community has seen it.
So this event, along with all of the other programs our organization has, is just another example of the relationship we want to strengthen with members of the public. The public are the police and the police are the public.
The news came as police were on Engliston Park along Lincoln Boulevard yesterday, handing out personal protective equipment and other items to members of that community.
But the whole idea is to say to the Bahamian people, we want to encourage you to wear your mask, encourage you to sanitize regularly. And so we give out masks to everybody and along with a little refreshment.
Well, thank you for joining us for Our News Tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Kyle WALKINE. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening.